It ain't on.
And welcome into the company. We are live once again. It is another Thursday, and we are here. Oh, that's okay. I need to mute that. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Did y'all hear that too?
I didn't
I heard
hear
a
it, but
beat.
you just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you froze. I thought something went wrong.
Right.
No. Nothing went wrong. But anyway, yeah, thank you for everybody coming in, everybody that's going to come in, everybody that's going to have a seat with us. What's going on? I am B Lenny. Then we got Mobile here and Rich here to talk about a few things that is going on in the world today. Hopefully, you all can have a seat with us for a second and entertain us, or let us entertain you. Like I said, hope everybody's having an amazing week. It is the end of January. First month
Finally.
of 2025 is done.
Finally. Boy, this was a long 30 days, huh?
It's been a long month. It's been a long month.
I think it slowed down right when we got to January 20th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably what happened. And I think it was the weather thing, the whole snow apocalypse situation that we were going through. Kind of slowed things down and brought things to a crawl a little bit for us.
Well, if that be the case, then the snow slowed us down and the fire slowed the West Coast down.
Mm-hmm.
You would think. I hadn't heard anything about the fire this week.
Oh,
I think they're doing an analysis this week on what happened, like the damage assessments.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, they were doing the damage assessments during everything, and were coming back
Yeah.
with
the areas that they actually put out. Yeah. But I think they kind of put all of it out now, so now they really look. But I don't know. Like I said, we hadn't been hearing much about it. All you heard since what was that? January the 16th.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it says for some reason news stops crossing over onto the East Coast after a while if it's not dire.
Right.
Actually, you know what? While we here, I'm actually surprised the new president hadn't said anything about the fires in California. Like I'm pretty sure he has.
Oh no, he has.
Yeah.
Well, that must have been really under the radar because I
no. It just everybody was like, "This some old bullshit," and just kept on going.
Oh, okay.
Right. That was honestly what happened.
Yeah, he said
I can believe
that.
I really can believe that.
Yeah.
Fires. I'm looking to see if there's anything lately.
I don't think anything of late.
I
don't think.
Yeah, the Trump tariffs on Canadian lumber may be a nightmare for California fire recovery. So the tariffs are still attacking.
Who are they attacking? The only thing that they're attacking is your wallet.
Yeah, I guess. But other than that, first thing I did want to give my condolences to the people affected by the plane crash in DC.
Yeah,
man.
Crazy.
So if anybody has been under a rock, American Airlines plane and Black Hawk helicopter collided near Washington D.C. There were 67 dead.
Right.
So that's pretty much everybody that was on the plane, right?
Everybody's on the plane, and I think it was 3 or 4 crew members on the helicopter.
Yeah. So that was a very horrible thing. That did happen, of course. Trump tried to turn it into a political thing and blame DEI hires on that. Blame that on.
Which really, I don't understand how you even come out your mouth to even just try to come up with some kind of rhetoric like that. Like,
it was a twist. Somehow he figured out how to connect the two. And let me see. I got what he said here. What'd you say? What'd you say?
No, go ahead. No, go on ahead.
Yeah, pull up what he said. I want to.
Yeah, please.
Rehash this here.
Let me see here.
I saw it earlier today, but I was like, how you? This is gonna be 4 years of the same every other
yeah. Yes, sir.
You said, well, someone asked, and this is the Associated Press. Are you saying this crash was somehow caused as a result of diversity hiring? And what evidence have you seen to support these claims? Trump said it just could have been. We have a high standard. We have a much higher standard than anybody else. And there are things where you have to go by brain power. You have to go by psychological quality, and psychological quality is a very important element of it. These are various very important tests that we put to use, and they were terminated by Biden.
Right there and say that's a whole bunch of. And I know you still got a whole lot to read, but if we just stop right there and just the fact that that 1 to 2 lines by itself, you say he was gone.
Yeah.
It's
amazing. It said, okay, so these are various very powerful tests that we put to use, and they were terminated by Biden. And Biden went by a standard that seeks the exact opposite. So we don't know, but we do know that you had 2 planes at the same level. You had a helicopter and a plane. That shouldn't have happened. And we'll see. We're going to look into that, and we're going to see. But certainly for an air traffic controller, we want the brightest, the smartest, the sharpest. We want somebody that's psychologically superior, and that's what we're going to have.
Everything that he is not. Okay.
Yeah. So I understand that. Somebody asked the question. I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash. Trump says, because I have common sense. Okay. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't. We want brilliant people doing this. This is a major chess game at the highest level. When you have 60 planes coming in during a short period of time, and they're all coming in different directions, and you're dealing with very high level computer work and very complex computers. So yeah, he actually said nothing right now. This man has a way of talking in circles and in riddles that nobody understands but him.
I will just quote. I'll quote him. He says, "I know words. I have the best words." He said that. I'm not trying to. So.
Yeah, unpack. It's a lot.
So there is a post that a former colleague of mine had on her page, and I'm just gonna read back what they said. And so when someone claims without evidence that a black or brown person in a position of significance is a DEI hire, they are making 3 admissions. They, 1, believe all positions of significance belong to them by default. 2, believe black and brown people are inherently inferior and there had to be a white person more qualified. And 3, believe that sharing power fairly disadvantages them, which is an unconscious acknowledgement that they currently hold it all. So everything that the president said in that quote pretty much aligns with all 3 items.
Yeah. Yes.
like you like I don't like you want to take him seriously. It's like at some point you're like, this is like the longest running joke. Like at some point he's just gonna be like, psych. But
yeah, I mean at some point, you know he's gonna say something. You're like, okay, so this is gonna be when the intelligent shit start coming out.
Right. Because like this we're going to see where that best words stuff come out.
Yeah.
But
it
never every day.
Never does.
It never does.
Well, in 4 years, we didn't see it before, and I don't.
Yeah, obviously, it's not going to change now.
I just, it's sad, man. And it's offensive, and it's very, very offensive. Like, there's no way to not be offended by some of the shit that he's saying. It's like, I don't know what he thinks DEI is.
I would say
that's a great question though. That really
I would caution that statement, and the only reason why I say that, there's no way you cannot be offended by this, because there are people who were in his camp that are of a darker hue that would certainly say that this is some sort of political attack on what he has said. And mind you, they do not have a seat at that table.
No. All fought valiantly, gave blood on the battlefield, but they were not in the parade.
They weren't even in the state.
Oh, what happened? We still live on Facebook? I just noticed it went out just now.
Let me check. Hold on. As a matter of fact, I forgot to do the thing on Facebook.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man.
It's a tragedy. I mean, it's hurtful.
Fun times, man.
Yeah, we still live on Facebook.
Fun times.
It's a tragedy. I mean, privacy and public. Okay, there we go. It's hurtful. There we go. All right. So, Rich, you did have a DEI topic on the
yeah. So I know, because it seems like there is a lot of companies are now backing out of the diversity, and let's make sure we're clear about what the acronym means: diversity, equity, and inclusion. And a lot of companies are starting to back out of their initiatives, not necessarily saying they don't agree with it, but whatever initiative they promised before, they are now starting to back out of. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, as you probably remember, I think maybe like maybe a week ago, Target has pretty much rescinded like all of their promises to, usher in more diversity within their workforce. So it's more of a conversation around, I think, like, what are we trying to get out of this? Because there were calls to boycott Target, right?
Yes.
And
nobody's boycotting Target.
No, and let me say it this way. I'm not saying not to. I'm saying, what is the outcome from doing that? Like, what do we want? Like, what is it that you're looking for? Because like, for example, if we go back and let's think about the Montgomery bus boycott, there was a very clear line as to what they actually were trying to set out to do, and then were willing to essentially, close the pipe on revenue to the point to where they got their demands met. We have no demands. So what are we trying to do?
Right. Yeah. I'm with you on that, because I even posted something in my Instagram story about about that, and I'm like, yo, before you try to carry out a mission, make sure you actually have a plan first.
Yeah. And a plan and a point.
Yeah,
right.
Because a lot of people just want to jump on the, all right, let's just stop going here. All right, so now you stop going here. What's your goal?
What are you doing? Why?
Yeah, what's the next course of action? Do you find something else to replace Target with?
Not even that. Like, maybe even having a conversation on, I'm not saying like, we are the arbiters of all Black people here, right? But like, what are you looking for? Because we also have to remember that diversity, equity, inclusion is not just a Black thing.
It's not. I swear, that's the first thing I want to tell any and everybody who actually is opposing it. Like, do you not understand? It is not a Black, like, y'all just trying to lump it all in the. I'm like, no, it's not.
But it's this.
The word itself is inclusive.
Well, anytime there's a program that is supposed to assist someone of a darker hue or somebody that's not white, it's automatically thought this is a Black program.
Because affirmative action,
welfare,
Civil Rights Act,
SNAP, all that is basically just something that Black people are leeching off of.
Right.
But we're the minority,
which is like by sheer numbers, it can't be us.
Yeah, like it's
like so by raw numbers.
It's just basically saying, like, white people are superior in everything. They don't need help from the government or anybody else. That's just
asinine,
false.
Yeah,
on so many levels.
And I think that's where all of this comes down to, right? Because if we're saying that we want to boycott them because of DEI initiatives, let's just be honest. I don't see any other group really talking about it. Everybody else is kind of like, well, whatever.
Yeah,
we're the I would say at least from the algorithm and the way that it is honestly put out there, right? I'll say it from my lens. I have not seen much conversation surrounding this, like at a high level, more than the Black group. Now you do have allies in the space that are talking about it, right? And you do have some, there are dialogues and conversations had in other groups, but to the point of where it's like, there's something that needs to be like done, or how the issue is treated. It's treated as a Black issue when it really should not be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm not going to argue at all about that. You're right.
I can't dispute that. That's what it is. But it's like y'all don't understand, or whoever is opposing,
they don't understand it until somebody else that it affects comes out and posts something or put something out. We were talking about the people that were putting all the videos online crying about their SNAP benefits that weren't Black.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they were pausing all of these
federal
programs. These things don't affect just Black folk.
Right.
So I don't know if they're doing this to try to hurt Black people and try to bring us down or make us feel less or whatever they're trying to do, but it's not doing what they think that it's doing.
Right. Yeah, because we saw, what was that earlier this week? We saw we just saw I'm gonna just say we saw a colonizer on TikTok earlier this week. She crashed out because she like was
I didn't see this one.
Yeah,
I think she passed the fuck out.
Bro, she was legit boo-hooing on a camera, and then she went off camera boo-hooing more. And I'm like, this is what you asked for.
and I think I think really what this comes down to ultimately is this is not based around race. It is based around class.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. The race system, if you will, as it built in America, is defined by social and economic class. So we've attached those two things, like they kind of walk in this weird relationship, even going back all the way to the Civil War.
It's an abusive relationship, but it's a relationship.
Right.
They walk hand in hand. Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, that now we're starting to see, it's like, we have the power of the internet has now, peeled that veil back a little bit. And now it's like, wait a minute, you got to remember, all the people that are going to benefit from the outcomes of any of these decisions are going to be the super rich and ultra wealthy. That's what all of this is going to make. It's going to further increase the gap between the poor and, I would say, upper middle class. That gap is just going to keep widening and widening. And if we start talking about like AI and the chance of people not being needed to do jobs, you throw that in there, it's just going to become worse.
Well, do you think the middle class is disappearing though? Is that a class that is being eliminated completely? Period. At this point,
I would say yes. Like, I think ultimately you're talking about,
you can't
what I don't want to put it. It's almost like you're gonna have like poor, and then you have this like thin, like razor thin level of an economic class, which we would refer to as the middle class. And then it's going to be like rich. Money's not really a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I even think about it around here, right? Like houses in Raleigh are like, I'm talking about maybe a 2,000 square foot house. At the peak of COVID was like $440,000.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest, but once you get into $500,000 or $600,000, it's like you double the size of the house, right? And relatively speaking, you're talking about for like 60 grand more, you effectively double your house because those investors that came through aren't really trying to buy like those super rich houses because you're not going to rent those out. They're trying to buy these lower valued houses at that time. So even going now, looking at property, it's like, yeah, make $390,000 for a home. But once you get into that 500K, it's like, you know, you can get whatever you want in the true sense of the word. So I think to that point, it's like we're just going to continue making that gap larger and larger and larger to where you're just going to have basically the super rich and the poor.
Yeah. That's where we're headed. We're headed.
I'm just sitting here saying, like, you can't delete or erase the middle class. You don't
have to delete them. No, you don't have to delete them. We're deleting ourselves. They're getting rid of themselves.
Well, we're not deleting. The government is trying to delete.
Yeah.
It actually.
Like I always say, I don't see what the end goal could be with everything that's happening as far as prices and the tariffs and all this shit. Like, what is the end goal? Do you want there to be just two classes, rich and poor? Like, is that what they're aiming for? There has to be a reason at the end that justifies the means.
Yeah, we need somebody in that room just to find out. Hey, all right, so give it to me plain. What are you trying to do? That's what I really want. That's what we want, really.
I think at the end of the day, all this is just to make as much money as possible. That's it. For the people at the top. That's it. There isn't any other way for this to make sense. It's like to have, like you're talking about, we are on the.
Give me more reason not to like this guy. Because
I mean that's basically it. Because if you think about it on the other end of the capitalism spectrum, right? We're pretty much telling people like, go fend for yourselves. Like, you know, we are the
bootstraps.
Effectively, we are the richest country in the world, and we both have epidemics of starvation and obesity.
I always say the only thing that's stopping us from being a third world country is our traffic laws. That's it. I mean, if we had the kind of traffic that some of these other countries have, you would not be able to tell the difference between us. And I honestly think that's the only thing that's keeping us where we are.
And drive on the right side of the road, otherwise you wind up getting ticketed.
Exactly.
Well, that's a fair. Yeah, now I see it. I do. Yeah, now I see where you come from.
So I mean, like I said, there has to be an end goal. Even if you're after everything, you can't want to be the only person with everything.
But that's kind of the point. I know I just the idea is to be number one, and it's like, think about it. Remember, maybe in the last day or so, like, what was the name of the Chinese AI construct? Is it DeepMind? But that apparently has done an insane number of computations, and Facebook and all these other tech companies are now worried. Like OpenAI is even questioning the fact that, like, did they use our model to basically create their own model, which is hilarious because OpenAI used everybody else's work to create its own model. But, you know, the reason why that is such a concern is because
DeepSeek.
Thank you. I was like DeepMind, but so DeepSeek basically is now, like, I don't want to say the premier, but it is the construct that most people are worried about. And here's the reason why: because whoever is first at cracking the code will never be unseated, ever. Like, that is it.
Yeah.
So, and it's
raw. We have the control.
If you are not first in this race, you are going to be last.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely.
And they don't want that. And for the sake of capitalism, because if you own that much data or that much computing power, you can sell anything. to anyone and provide information and provide that data to sell things to anyone. So all of this still comes back to is like Facebook and, Meta, and all of these other tech companies are really, really concerned because they know it's like, wait a minute, we have a problem because that means they're going to do the thing better than we do it. And that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. That the AI race is fucking hot. Like this thing, this is like the console race, the video game console race.
Yeah, but whoever wins will never lose. Like
they'll stay on top.
There's not a Nintendo Switch option inside of this race, right? like the Switch is the least powerful system out of everything that's out, but it still outsells everything. That is not going to be the case here.
Yeah, yeah. The Switch is the least powerful system.
Yes, absolutely, without question. The Switch is effectively in terms of computing power a PS3.
It's a handheld game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a PS3. On a good day, right?
So the Switch 2 that's coming out, is that supposed to be?
It's a PS4 Pro.
They just made one step forward, and then $1 billion fucking off of it.
No, but they know their market. They know their market, and Nintendo's never had this feeling they need to be. And I think this is a whole other conversation. But people are also talking about it like video games don't need to be photorealistic. Like there's not really a need for that. Like it's cool. Like now we got it right. Like we're like, oh, okay, yeah. But after a while, it's just like, I don't care. I just want to play something and have fun.
Yeah.
I don't have to see the blood squibs. Like
I don't have to see the individual eyebrow hairs in their face and shit. But it's done. It's done.
Yeah, right. It's like we have crossed that horizon. Okay, now we can get back to making stuff better.
Yeah, we can actually make good video games now.
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, it's and I'm watching the artificial intelligence thing from the voice side because I do.
Oh yeah, for you.
Yeah. So there's a lot to dive into, and I am entrenched in a lot of stuff. Just them trying to make things more seamless and more human, and all this other stuff with voicing and AI voicing and all this stuff. So it's exciting to see everything at its infancy.
Right.
But it is going to grow up really, really quick.
Oh, yeah. Man, listen.
As soon as somebody puts the zeros and ones in the right place, this race is over. Whoever does it first.
Thank you. That is literally it. Like once someone cracks the code in the truest sense of the word, it's like, boop, that's it.
Yeah.
Game over.
Done.
Like they are going to be on Pluto by the time the next person catches up.
Yep.
And
we'll be under the control of robots.
Did y'all see? Speaking of that, is it because it made me think about it? Like, was it Kai Cenat had a stream and he was kicking around a $70,000 robot?
I was about to watch it, but I can't give my attention to Kai Cenat. I
can't.
I watched the video, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel like, guess the human in me, right? Because this is an intelligent thing. It was like walking around and trying to dodge him while it's getting beat up.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it practically just tries to run away.
And this is when it's going to start.
And to that point, right? It's like it tried to run away, and it's like, well, what if it has like this combat sim just happens to be embedded in it? It's like, nope, not today.
Yeah. Stop. What?
Right.
You remember when what's my man name? Caesar first spoke.
No!
When Caesar first spoke, that's going to be the moment where it's like, oh shit. Silence. We are done.
I have a problem. The pucker factor will then be a play.
Exactly.
Oh man.
So,
that's honestly what I thought when I was watching. Like, oh, he's about to have a no moment.
No. The fuck just happened?
I'm about to die.
My robot just woke up.
Mm-hmm. Today is my last day on Earth. Oh man.
But that's what it's going to be. And I know we started out on DEI, ended up on AI somehow. But
oh man,
it's all connected. Now you said something about businesses closing, or are you just saying closing the
DEI effort? Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah. But for everything that's exciting to see that we are doing as far as advancements in AI and all this stuff, this whole DEI situation is kind of like us taking steps back. We're back walking on our knuckles again.
It's just funny because they're trying to make it seem like everything needs to be a meritocracy. But if that was the case, then nepotism should not be a factor anymore. You know, it's like there are these things that they're trying to say are a thing, but there's no way you're telling me that, you know, some of the people that are being touted for some of these roles within his cabinet, you know, should.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, if you want to stop hiring people strictly off of their ethnic background or whatever socioeconomic background, then you should not hire the people you've hired because they know you.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And but let's also be clear. All of us have benefited from being in the right place at the right time because the right person knew who you were. So that is a truth, right?
Yeah, but that's undeniable.
But they're making this claim like we need to go to where we're 100% just like, oh, there's merit here inside of like that resume. You put one person up against the other, then that person who has the better credentials or qualifications should win. And I don't think that's the case. Like, I don't believe that they were trying to move that direction.
Yeah, you're right. And I don't know. I don't even know what the answer is. So if you get somebody who is of a darker hue that's more qualified than somebody who is absent of a hue, and you hire them, they're still going to be put under this DEI umbrella.
Or I mean, let's even we don't just say use race as a factor. You can say it's a person of a different sex.
The only reason you're here is because of the DEI hire. The only reason you got hired is because you're a woman. People are always going to say things like that or think things like that because there's no way possible for anybody who's not a white male to be qualified for any high position in any cabinet or any frame of work. We're all supposed to be just drones.
Right.
Thanks for the hearts up, Mr. Alex Sante. I appreciate it. Talking to people on TikTok.
Yay. It's back, baby.
Oh, man. That day without TikTok, people lost their shit.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, we lost TikTok for
people lost their shit. And they're touting or they're congratulating His Highness, His Orangeness, for bringing back TikTok, but he's the one that wanted it gone.
There's an element of chaos that is, I think, is just introduced for the sake of introducing it, and I think that's another thing.
Yeah,
I'm not, I'm not necessarily, because again, the more the more time that goes on about the position that the federal government has taken with TikTok, it's really because, yeah, we could say all this thing about data and whatever, but it's because there's a foreign nation that happens to have control of it. I mean, Elon Musk is over Twitter, and he's about to be embedded right inside of the United States Digital Service, which he reclassified as DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency.
That's why they okay. So he's calling it Doge.
Yeah, but he cannot. But the president cannot. I think he can rename something, but he can't just create a whole new thing. So it's like the United States Digital Service is the department that he is going to change the name of to United States or the Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, just yep. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Have at it. Whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Mm-hmm. It's like you put a meme up to make an acronym. Okay, fine. This is what.
This is where we are. The next 4 years are going to be very fucking interesting. Like it's not going to be fun.
All I'm saying, man, is that midterms matter, and they need to be starting now.
Yeah,
like
people need to go out there, kiss them babies, shake them hands now.
Like,
yeah. So yeah. So I hope we put enough fear in everybody's heart just now. Fear mongers is what we are. Yeah. So Rich had another topic up here on the show sheet here. 25 best Black TV shows.
Yeah, that's from a conversation we had earlier this week.
I am.
I mean, you might share the screen. Yeah, you might have to share your screen on that one. On this one,
let's get to this
because I don't think this is a. It's not a bad list, but there are one or two entries where I question things. And I guess here's my first question, because I don't think they really. I think they might have mentioned it, but it was like they were talking about like the Black experience, right? Is a part of the show itself, right? So I guess you got to go all the way back to one, right?
Yeah, I'm at one. Yeah, but go ahead.
All right. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, go on ahead. But it's like So yeah. So I mean, and I don't think this is in order, right? So
it's
no, I don't think so.
Which I think is good because
yeah.
But yeah. So first off, I guess, what would y'all say defines a Black show?
A Black show would be I think that's a Black cast dealing with Black issues.
Okay.
I don't know if that could be written by a Black. Written by Black writers. That's where things get weird.
Because I was gonna say, because like if we go there, because I'm not saying this, I don't have an example for a TV show directly, right? But like Coming to America was not written by a Black person. So
but that is considered a Black movie.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I see where you're going with it, but I mean, to be quite honest, if it stars, produced, written, those are basically the three main qualifications for it. And
so star, produced, or written, but does it need to tackle, like, have an air of the Black experience in it?
And because that's the thing too, Cosby Show never really dealt with Black issues.
Thank you. And I'm not saying that it didn't, because I mean, of course, there were 1 or 2 episodes that were in there. Right?
There were a couple, but I'm not saying it was not based around being Black.
No. Hold on a second. What he's saying is it's not necessarily. It's not saying that it's not in the space, right? But it was a show about a family, upper middle class family in the late 80s that was raising their kids. Now, the father, part of his backstory, he went to an HBCU. He was a well-established doctor, but at how much outside of looking at the cast would you say Black? Because, like, for example, different world.
I'm lost on your argument here because
different world dealt with Black issues.
Right.
I'm lost on the argument here. What are you trying to? What?
I'm not trying to. What we're trying to say is that when we define a quote unquote Black show, is it based on those three things that you mentioned exclusively, or does it have to tackle Black issues in and of itself?
I mean, no, it doesn't have to tackle Black issues to be to be considered but I mean, we know what issues we see.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, because but I think that's where some of the discussion around this is interesting, right? Because, you know, for some of us, you know, it may be that world we understood, right? Because, you know, like the inner city element, not necessarily something that we may have experienced. Because some people might say like, oh, it needs to have this angle to be considered this thing.
Yeah.
Right. That show didn't have that at all.
But it.
Now they dealt with
talking about television entertainment here, though. So I mean,
now they did highlight Black excellence.
With
the music and some of the people that they brought
like
in
the
show,
culture surrounding it, right?
Surrounding it, but they didn't so much tackle Black issues.
I mean, but you don't have to, because you would actually bring the if you're, because you brought it up. So if you're talking about the cultural aspect of it and the Black magic in it, then you don't need to tackle the. I mean, Grant, don't get me wrong. There's always a negative and a positive side. They were focusing on the positive side more so than the negative. So I mean, you don't have to do both of them or do one side versus the other. So like you can have two things that coexist, but you feel
no, I'm not disagreeing. You know, and that's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think that's where this conversation gets interesting, because some people would say that because it didn't tackle things directly, it might not fall into that same category. I do think that the Cosby Show airs closer to being than what I would say would not. But like, what was one of the shows that was on there, Brian? All right, like for example, That's So Raven is in this list.
Oh yeah, I mean that's I do recall. Yeah,
that's like a sci-fi type situation. That's more. It is. It was a chick that could see the future or some shit, couldn't she?
This man said that you were watching Ms. Marvel.
Oh man,
she could like see shit, right? She had a foresight or something, didn't she?
You know, that's one show I didn't really watch.
I mean, like they would do something and focus in on her eye, and she would see shit that's happening in the future or some shit like that.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's get to the list. Let's get to the list.
All right, get to the list.
All right. So first one here is Moesha.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Like
no problems there. Yeah. Again, what's the name of the list again? It's the
25 was it Black
25 best Black TV shows of all time.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
So they're saying Moesha is up there as one of the best.
Again, it's not a ranking, so I think that, I will give leeway there, because I say it was like the first up. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did think like Moesha was problematic. She was the villain in this fucking show, but yeah.
The show was her title. Like you're supposed to be. She's the hero of her own story. All right, this one is another one that interested me in how we would feel about it.
Because this a Black? Well, yeah, it's a Black show.
It is a Black show.
It's a Black show.
Right. Okay.
So it's dealing with Black kids in the inner city.
Right. Okay.
In a public school setting.
Okay.
And second show with Miss Ralph up here, because she was in Moesha too, wasn't she?
Oh, that's right. She was.
Yeah.
Jeez. They did that on purpose.
Probably. Yeah. So that's Elementary, A Different World.
Okay, we know that there was no question. We just keep going on that one.
No question.
Don't have to stop. Like that deserves to be on this list. Absolutely.
Blackish.
See,
I never
do not do it.
Brian, don't do this one. This is Thanksgiving dinner. Don't do this one. Don't do it.
There's nothing wrong with Blackish. It says Blackish in it.
Yeah, it's Black in the title. It's Black in the title.
But not only that, it's like the way that the show went about showing both, like, you know, it's like in this weird way, it was like Cosby, but it was a little more overt in what it was trying to say in terms of issues, and you know, even to the point where the dad would be wrong on stuff, and they would be like, "Nah, this is kind of how the world works, buddy." You know?
Yeah. Now I've never sat down and watched Blackish.
I would say it is worth it.
That's a foul. That's a
yeah.
It's not a foul. Blackish ain't a foul.
Black foul there, buddy.
No.
You never seen
because how long ago? Let's see, how many years did this show run, and how long ago did it? Yeah.
Well, Blackish, you had the 2 spinoffs too. Then you had Grownish,
and Mixed It,
and Mixed It,
right?
So it had time to come up with 2 other spinoffs. It's been a while.
Yeah,
they don't put years up here.
Yeah, I'm upset they didn't, but still, the show ran for like at least 9 years.
It had 8 seasons.
9?
It was
really.
Oh yeah,
8 seasons, 176 episodes.
Oh damn!
So yeah,
damn.
It honestly, Brian, I will absolutely say it's worth a watch.
Huh?
Yeah.
Chewing Gum. I watched Chewing Gum.
Chewing Gum is good, but I was surprised to see it. I was surprised to see it on the list. Not saying because of the content, but more so because I was like, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Yeah, it was good. I would say.
Yeah, but Chewing Gum was good.
Yeah,
strange, but it was good.
Yeah, I think that's how I feel about it. It's like,
it's strange, but weird. Weird. But maybe it was just because of the cultural differences of them being over there, and then
I think
us trying to relate to the situations.
Right. I think that's also the other thing too.
Yeah. Everybody Hates Chris. Definitely a black show. Yeah.
I haven't watched that show all the way through.
I watched a pretty good amount of episodes of this.
Yeah.
And again, he's Abbott Elementary guy.
Yeah.
Tyler James.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems with Everybody Hates Chris, but a lot of times I just couldn't stand Chris Rock's voice.
Oh wow, yeah, that's something.
That is, you know, that's you have to get. It's a barrier of entry there for that one.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince.
You know what? Let's be honest. That's kind of messed up that he put Everybody Hates Chris and the Fresh Prince right back to back on each other.
Wow.
Think about it, Brian. Think
Nick
about
should have been here for that one. Nick would have appreciated it.
Think about it, Brian.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nick would have appreciated it.
I gotcha. Yeah, Fresh Prince was definitely dealt with black issues in a way that was pretty tasteful.
But again, they were also upper middle class too.
Yeah. Was good.
Now they could have easily gone the Cosby way on this show, but they chose to deal with things that people were actually dealing with in the streets.
What? Well, you know, the Fresh Prince kind of added that.
Yeah.
Because without his character, really it wouldn't work the same way.
Girlfriend.
Cosby Show again. Yeah.
All black lead. So yes.
Yeah.
Written by a white man.
Yeah.
Kelson Grammer wrote this.
Yeah.
Wait, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Kelson Grammer did his thing with that one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
all right, Fraser.
Insecure. Shut up.
I was ready for it.
Yeah, I'll watch it one day. I'm gonna watch it.
You see,
how far have you gotten through that show so far?
On the second to the last season.
So that's the 4th season.
Yeah. I'm pretty far on it.
All right. Yeah, you need to just finish that one. That is the most problematic relationship in the entire show, though. Those two.
Oh, all these people are problematic. Every single person in this show is problematic. They deserve each other. They're the Seinfeld of the black people.
What the well, hold on a second. I was gonna say
ain't nobody not problematic in that subject. No.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Why could I not remember her boyfriend's name? It's like I can't remember his name right now. Lawrence, thank you. Yeah.
No, Lawrence is problematic. Lawrence is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Everybody on here deserves each other. They all deserve to end up in jail in that last episode, just like Seinfeld. Rap shit, never watched it.
Never watched it either. So
actually, I was invested. I'm kind of upset that it didn't get its second season.
They pulled
it.
It's one season.
Yeah,
and it's in this list.
Yeah, it's one season and it's already in the list. Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
And see, that kind of just makes me feel like they was just pulling 25 black TV shows at this point.
Yeah,
it really was legit a good show, and they actually got they really got greenlit for a second season, but HBO just said, "Nah, we don't want to do that." HBO was trying to do the DEI shit.
I'm trying to diversify. Mm-hmm.
Kenan and Kel. Did not watch Kenan and Kel.
Sure.
I mean, it's up there.
Yeah, I could see it being on this list. Yeah.
I didn't watch Kenan and Kel, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's when Nickelodeon was in its DEI.
I mean,
that's not.
I wouldn't put it that way.
No,
but I mean, they were. Hey, but let's be honest, they were better for it.
Yeah, they definitely came up on it.
Martin.
Yep.
Amazing.
Can't dispute.
So that would be your number. That would be your number one.
No, I don't know about number one, but who was that? Farquhar that did Martin? I think I remember seeing Tony Farquhar or something like that in the credits.
Okay.
But yeah, I dug it. I think it was the epitome of a black show.
Yeah, probably would be my number one, but keep right going.
Scandal, did not watch it. I don't think that was a black show.
Again, it had the lead.
Why did you not like this woman? Kerry Washington did nothing to you, Rich.
Yeah, still had a lead, and it was written and produced by a black woman.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't change the fact that it's. I'm sure she's a wonderful person.
I mean, it was a fictional storyline.
Kerry Washington is a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I have fun with that.
It's in the land of fiction. So
yeah, I don't know. It was just I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was. I think maybe the subject matter of the show just kind of like.
What makes this a black show though? What made was it just because of the black woman in it?
Yeah, she was the lead, but I mean, but it's like I don't know, man. I always felt weird about this one just because of the subject matter surrounding it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because it was like this. Even though, she had the power. It was still like a stereotype in a sense.
Yeah, she was the. I can't remember what was the derogatory term for the horrid black woman.
The trope. What the trope was? Yeah.
Southside, great show, amazing show.
Never watched Southside.
Y'all need to watch Southside. Southside is fucking hilarious. Probably one of the best black shows.
Okay.
Made. Yes.
Where did that come on? Was that on Comedy Central or something?
No, I can't remember where it was, but I think it was streaming on Max, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Southside is great.
Okay.
Son of the Sun.
Of course.
Yeah, number one on the list. If this list was in order, this is number one on the list. No, well, either Good Times or this.
Top three.
Top three. I give it top three. Yeah, Good Times, Sanford and Son, and I'm torn between what my number three would be.
Martin and Wu. Martin got to be in the top three. So I'm saying Martin got to be in the top three.
Yeah. Living Single. Yes.
That's Friends.
Black
all
friends.
single in their 20s. Everybody was supposed to be in their 20s on this show.
Yeah,
Lies everywhere.
I mean,
lies everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know Kim Fields was definitely older than 20, and she probably was out of her 30s when she actually started.
Shit, Queen Latifah wasn't in her 20s on this show, probably. I don't think.
We know she wasn't in.
No, I don't think anybody was in their 20s in this show.
But
But it dealt with things. It was a black show. I mean, this is as close to fucking Girlfriends as anything.
Before Girlfriends, right?
Yeah. Survival of the Thickest. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that was a Netflix one. I watched like maybe 2 episodes of that just to try to see what it's about, and I just never got back into it. Like I said, you gotta give it a try. I mean, Netflix will give you the recommendations for a reason, so you gotta just see what it's about.
I got damn algorithm.
Let's see, a burgeoning Brooklyn-based fashion stylist working to revamp her life and career after undergoing a traumatic breakup. The Netflix series is a breath of fresh air in the black TV canon, thanks to it not being afraid to embrace queer characters and having a plus-size actress maintain an exciting on-screen love life. Okay.
Damn, Burn.
Sister.
Another middle class.
Mm-hmm. See, but it's interesting, right? Is that when did Sister come out? That was in late 90s, mid 90s. Yep. So again, it's like if you look at that period, like from like the late 80s through the early 2000s, like we had like not the stereotype, and then all of a sudden, we started getting weird into
with UPN and all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just say it, Rich. Man, they got their head above water. They were living in decent houses. Say it. 1990 came around. People had a little bit of money.
Right.
Being Mary Jane.
Never watched the show.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
That one missed me because I was on my not watching BET kick then.
Portraying Mary Jane Paul, an ambitious television anchor with a perpetually messy love life, the 5-season series retells the tale of a woman who seemingly has it all, fighting for true love and her desire to start a family while navigating the cutthroat media industry. I didn't even know that was a show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew it was a show just because of her. I didn't watch it.
Oh shit! Okay,
everybody has their reasons. I just said because it was on BET. I was like, I'm not doing it.
No, I mean, so and the only reason why I say that is because my wife, she read her book and she was like, the person you think she is exactly who she is.
Huh?
Yeah, okay. Like her, like you would, sometimes like people you think that there's a portrayal that they have, and then in real life there's someone completely different. Like no. Gabrielle Union is that person.
Mm-hmm.
Like Deliver Us from Eva is who. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's So Raven, and like I said, That's So Raven starred 20-something Simone, who played Raven Baxter, a teen psychic and aspiring fashion designer whose future-telling powers often got her into messy situations. It was a sci-fi show.
It was another reason why I was not watching this was because it was on Disney Channel. I was too old in the 2000s to even watch Disney Channel like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
No. The Game. I watched
this.
Didn't watch this one either.
I watched a good bit of The Game.
I watched a good bit of the first couple. Because granted, I was when it was on the WB or UPN, whichever. I can't stand on it being a black show. Yes, it dealt with football, and football is predominantly, but it's dominated by African Americans. But say this was a show based on that. That one, I could definitely pull somebody else up and leave that one down.
Okay.
Because I want to get through this list to see if there's some that legitimately could be in that list.
Pose, never watched it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole series, but I watched a fair bit of it because it was like I watched it through osmosis. Like I've watched practically half of Grey's Anatomy. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna honestly say that Pose is a legitimately good show.
I gave again another one. I gave 2 watches, and then that was it. I ain't had to.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Atlanta, amazing show. Amazing,
definitely a black show.
You know what? And it's funny because I have the whole series. I think like we can stream it, and I still haven't watched it yet. But I will say this: because of Brian Tyree Henry and everything that he's been in as of late, I have extremely high expectations for it.
Man, I'm so proud of that dude. Like I feel like we watched this dude.
That was his kickoff.
Yeah,
I know, which is like, yeah, right.
And he is permanently a part of the whole Godzilla King Kong movie franchise.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, this dude is amazing. I dig it.
Yeah.
The show is amazing.
Give that man his flowers now.
Mm-hmm. And Lakeith Stanfield is not nothing to sleep on either.
Very true.
My boy.
I'm still upset about that movie. Sorry to bother you though. Like
Yeah, I'm with you on that
one. I was lied to.
Yeah. Wait, what now?
I watched that.
Sorry, you saw Sorry to Bother You, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, the first half of the movie, I was all good, man.
Then it went weird. It went south.
It went not sideways. You went down. Like most movies go left. That movie went straight down. Like
it got weird. It got weird. It did. Fucking weird.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
I
didn't.
That's a tough one. But again, if they put sister up there, then might as well put the younger brother who got his own show up on it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
All right. So so in this one,
this is the last one. So yeah, let's go ahead, Rich.
So I'm trying to think of the shows that were not mentioned that I probably would feel would be better suited to be on this list.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Let's get to it.
All right.
Pull them up.
Right.
The Jeffersons. You gotta pull the Jeffersons up.
Wait a minute. Jeffersons went on this list.
No, it was not.
How the fuck Jeffersons went on this list?
I would, and to be honest with you,
that's the black show.
Yeah.
Jeffersons.
Shit, I would even put That's My Mama on this show.
Yes, Good Times you need to pull Good Times up.
I would put That's My Mama on this show before I put some of these other ones on here.
Right. I'm with you. What else?
Damn, I don't even notice.
It almost seems like they were just pigeonholed to the 1990s more than anything.
Right. Well, Sanford and Son was in there.
Sanford and Son was the oldest. Was probably the oldest one that was on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
I would. It's hard.
What about the Wayans Brothers show?
Right.
I was just going to say that one. I absolutely would say that one.
Did they deserve to be on the top 25 though?
Yeah. Better than some of the shows that were on this list.
I mean, like I said, I'll bring them up and put the game down. Like the game was not. Yeah. What else? And this is just off the top of the head. It didn't.
Family Matters wasn't on the list,
right?
What?
Family Matters.
Family Matters is probably
okay.
So I'll give you this. Family Matters is the perfect example of jumping the shark several times in a TV series.
I would agree. Yes,
they still deserve to be in the top 25.
I would agree
because they brought the child on, which was Little Richie. They brought him on to try to boost ratings. They tried Myrtle Urkel to boost ratings. They tried Stefan to boost ratings. They tried the Urkelbot to boost ratings. So they jumped the shark at least 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
At least 4.
Nothing bit.
Nothing. They still deserve to be on this list before some of these shows.
You got to put Rock on there.
Mm-hmm.
Rock,
yeah.
And it didn't do. Yes, those were TV shows. I don't know if they want to consider like shows like In Living Color, because In Living Color would be up there for me.
I would if.
Well, yeah, are they talking about? Yeah, but then you got to wonder if they're talking about skit shows. Were any of these type skit shows?
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if they want to include
these sitcoms because then Chappelle Show would instantly be in that list.
Yeah,
and then Key and Peele,
right? Yeah,
you could also argue that too.
that opens the door to a whole nother set of shows that didn't make the list. Black Girl comedy show, a Black Girl skit show, whatever it was called.
Oh, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
Lady sketch show.
Yeah, the Lady sketch show. Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean,
these are gonna sound. I'm throwing these out there just because they're these two that I happen to be thinking about. All right, one is 227.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amen.
Absolutely. Fucking absolutely.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen to Amen.
Yes. Yeah. You know, Rollo was in that show. That's My Mama.
Right.
Yeah, that was a spinoff to it, wasn't it?
That was the spinoff to. I don't think it was a spinoff to Amen, because he was in that before he was at Amen. Yeah. Which was I watched that on Tubi, which was fucking great.
All right, I got a controversial. Well, it might not be controversial, but I got one that might seem like it's kind of like out there.
Mm-hmm.
The Boondocks.
Yes, no, it would fall. Yes, it would fall under the category, but I think it would probably have to fall under the animated category to make sure they're in their own lanes. Because then you would have the Fat Albert that would be over there. And
that's true. Yeah.
What else?
Fair,
Chris Rock had an animation joint. What was it? What was that one called? Damn.
Chris Rock?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Wayne's boy did. Wayne had.
Was it Eddie Murphy?
I know Wayne did. Wayne had. Is that what you're thinking about? Wayne's brothers?
No.
Okay.
I know it's on the tip of my tongue. Keep going. It'll come to me. But yeah, like I said, I think that will fall under the animation stuff. But yes, I would definitely say Boondocks would go up
there.
The other one that I came to mind as we were going through that list of like I didn't see was My Wife and Kids.
That's the Wayne's boy, right? With Tisha Campbell.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, so yeah, My Wife and Kids was that actually had a good run too. Damn.
Right.
Yeah, that would actually have to go up there.
Which I was like looking at like what was there in that list. I'm like, there are the kind of few that I would have swapped out. You know.
Yeah. I'm looking here. Sanford and Son, The Shy, Family Matters, Everybody Hates Chris, Different World, BMF, Wife and Kids, Wayans Brothers, Reasonable Doubt.
Hey man, New York Undercover will be on that list just because.
As soon as you said, yep.
If you put How to Get Away with Murder up there, you got to put New York Undercover up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree.
Black League and Music, New York, Black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about the Steve Harvey Show?
Ooh, yes, it would have to go up there only because
why you cut the camera off?
I'm just based off.
All right, no. But so you said Steve Harvey, then that means Bernie Mac needs to be up there too.
Yep.
Bernie Mac had a show.
Bernie Mac show.
What was it, Brian? Wait, Brian, you lying, right?
Did you just ask that?
The Bernie Mac show?
Yes.
Yes,
Brian.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Bro,
America.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Bel Air, Family Matters, Wife and Kids, The Neighborhood, Different World.
Was it Bel Air or The Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
Well, Bel Air was the remake.
I know that's
I didn't
the
watch
remake.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that at all.
I mean, I think
Jamie Foxx show. What's happening?
What's happening?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was like, yeah, what rerun?
Yeah,
what rerun on? Yeah, what's happening?
Sister.
Even though what's happening was a spinoff of one of them.
All of Us. In the House.
Oh, LL. Yeah, that was
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell, Eve was a goddamn.
That's right.
They were not in the top 25. I could tell you that.
Nah.
Bernie Mac show. Did y'all say the Bernie Mac show? I think you did. The Parkers.
Yeah, it was.
Somebody said 227 already. So yeah. Yeah, there's a list that needs to be made.
Yeah.
There's definitely a list that needs to be made.
Yeah, so whoever made this 25 list, like I said, they were pigeonholed to.
Yeah, I think they were leaning.
I got a feeling that their birthday was on or after January 1st, 2000.
Well,
yeah, that's what I was about to say too. Yeah, because I could definitely agree with that. But they didn't do anything.
Insecure. Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah, because the fact that Sanford and Son is the only show from that period that was on the list says a lot about probably their point of reference. Not saying that they did a terrible job, but there are several other shows that I would think are probably more culturally significant than the ones that are on that list.
There are quite a few. Homeboys in Outer Space. I'm fucking with you.
Malcolm and
Eddie. I was like, where's my damn mouse?
We have Malcolm and Eddie. Malcolm and Eddie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't like Tyler Perry shit, but House of Pain, I'm pretty sure they got them. Yeah. I know. I can't watch any of it. The Parenthood, Robert Townsend, The Parenthood.
Yeah.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Fair enough.
Definitely.
Yeah, that one actually. This is a Steve Harvey show anyway. Huh?
Yeah. The Hugleys.
I just like Elise Neal.
Yeah.
Hughes ain't hit it, but I like Elise Neal.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a few things. I mean, the list needs to be done. I'm not saying we need to do it, but the list needs to be done.
Yeah.
90 shows about television. Cosby's, Fresh Prince, Steve Harvey, Rock, Living Single, Family Matters, Different World, Wayans Brothers. Moesha, Martin, Sister, Parenthood, In the House, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Smart Guy, The Parkers. 227. Why is the Wonder Years up here? That ain't got nothing to do with black people.
Wait, it's probably the new series.
The new one.
No, this is the old one.
Oh, no.
Malcolm and Eddie, The Hugleys, Kenan and Kel, Def Comedy Jam, My Brother and Me.
They fat fingered that one.
Yeah.
Autocomplete failed them.
Yeah. That's what that was. Yeah. But anyway, anybody got any shotgun topics? Anything you want to get off the chest? Anything you want to say before we get up over here?
I'm good for tonight.
You got something for us, Mobile?
Yeah. I mean, I do have one. Okay, we keep it real simple.
Okay.
Red pill, blue pill.
Oh boy.
Just put it in the chat and I'll bring it up.
Yeah, I had some older ones. I don't know where I went with. Yeah.
All right, Mobile's moment of the night. Red pill earned $250,000 a year doing no work. Blue pill earned $1 million a year working a full-time job.
Red pill, blue pill. Which one you pop?
Shit.
Red.
250 doing no work?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, see, the thing is, that other one, that $1 million a year, doing a full-time job. The only thing that makes me think about it is like, what job are you doing?
I mean, yeah, there's a caveat there. So yes, I do agree with that. What is the full-time job that you saying?
But it doesn't make you feel fulfilled to actually bring home a check for something.
You know what? I would say that there's truth in that statement. Do not get me wrong. However, at $250K a year, I think what is it they call it? It's like that the happiness income point meets when you hit like I think it's like 100 something K a year, right? So you effectively double that. You don't have to do a single thing. I could literally, I don't have to do anything. Effectively, you're retired. You're retired.
But if you're not doing anything and you're collecting $250, you're going to spend.
Who says you're not doing anything? Maybe I might maybe I would decide that I want to train to be Batman, right? That could be. I could literally just go out here and be like fighting crime and shit. Like,
I don't know, though. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
No.
I would probably pick the blue pill.
Red all day red, no question.
This man said he would go out and fight crime.
I'm saying that is an option. I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying it's like, hey,
there was a clip from a Dr. Phil episode that I watched the other day of this dude that actually thought he was fucking Batman.
Oh no.
Like he would wear this costume anywhere, everywhere, and his wife was like, he tried to put it in his bag before we got here, and it was stank because all he does is wear the Batman costume.
Nah, yeah, no, but in all seriousness, like you have the opportunity, you have roughly another 8 hours of your day to do whatever passion that you want. Now, does it? And because again, it says like that is effectively universal basic income at $250K a year, right? It doesn't mean that you can't earn any more money, right?
This is true. That's what I was going to get to too. I'm like, I probably would lean towards 250 and the red pill, and like do some sort of side thing that I want to do that actually can generate some kind of income.
Blue pill,
right?
But that's just like saying, all right, well, you ain't got to do nothing, and this is your safety net. Boom. All right.
Right. Exactly. That's
still blue pill.
I mean, I respect your decision.
I'm with you. I agree. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I respect your decision. Yeah, you will outpace me, by 4 times. Easy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. However,
yeah.
Think about it. When I go to work, when I have whatever hobby that I'm working on, I'm like, yeah, this ain't working out. I think I'm just gonna sit home.
Oh my God, 250 is not gonna last that long. What is that? 4 years in a regular job?
No. But it's at $250 a year doing no work. Now that's perpetually, right? So if you think about it, I mean, if you have $1 million a year and you have a full-time job, I mean, as long as you're putting something in a retirement account, sure, you'll be fine, right? But I don't have to do that.
I'll be fine with $1 million a year, whether or not I'm putting something in a retirement.
I mean,
I can put shit under my mattress and be fine.
How many times have we watched millionaire after millionaire lottery winners just completely blow it 8 months later?
Yeah. The lottery stories.
Well, that's the same thing now. How you not going to blow 250,000 in a year?
Yes, that is true. But think about it. Next year, I still get it just by existing.
I get it by working.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We are built different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rich. I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
What do you mean?
I don't believe you will be happy with 250 a year.
I will not. No. You're right. I won't be happy doing nothing.
It says doing no work. It says doing no work.
Doing no work. No, there's no provision that says I can't like have a hobby. I can't like become a philanthropic.
I'm sorry.
I can't become Batman. Like all of these things, right? It doesn't say what I can and cannot do. It just says that I collect the check. Doing no work.
Don't see it. Don't believe it.
Okay.
I say that I would just have to know what's my full-time job. That would probably be
right.
That would be
I will say if it depends on what the job is, right? Like if I like any job that I do, I would get it.
Then you buffing floors. Like that might be a different story. Like, all right, I get $1 million a year for buffing floors.
Or even if the caveat was like any job that I pick, like you decided to be a Walmart greeter, you're gonna collect $1 million a year just by doing that. Okay.
But I
don't believe either of you. I don't believe either of you would be fine collecting a check, not doing anything. I don't believe either one of you.
It doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything. It just means that I will not have to show up to someone else's place of business Monday through Friday at a certain set of hours. That's all it means.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. We're workers. We work. We earn. We are gatherers. We are hunter gatherers.
Hey, you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. With that actually wound up being a thing, Brian, to your point, I'll be like, it is my time now.
Yep. Reclaim my time. Yeah, that's exactly how I would feel. I'm reclaiming my time.
I'll make this like a Senate hearing.
Okay.
I reclaim my time.
I got you. All right.
You can run for office.
Everybody, I appreciate you all for coming in and allowing us to keep you company. Everybody that came in and sat down and talked to us and listened to what we had to say. We appreciate you. We'll be back next Thursday with more topics, more things to talk about. I'm pretty sure there's something that's going to be happening that we can actually have a conversation about.
In the next week.
Something will happen in the next week. Absolutely. But until then, we're going to holler at you. I appreciate you on behalf of me, Mobile, Rich, Nick, Sosa, Izzo. Those guys will join us.
We'll get the whole crew on there.
We will. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to holler at you. Peace. Rich, sing a song.